Shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of the great millstone who ruled well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shbachanak. Coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. And it's going to be a relatively short video. Just a couple of things that are going on. So it's kind of like in the news, you know, prophecy update. It's a lot going on. One thing that that is actually final is, or you could say that actually came to pass is the French. The French have actually sent troops to Ukraine. They're saying that they are in I got a couple of articles here. Let me see this. Instructors, military instructors. If you just type in Google French to send troops, right, you're going to see a bunch of articles within the last 24 hours of this topic. Like I said, this is relatively new news, but they pretty much telegraphed. They said that this is what they wanted to do. It was rumored that the French President Macron, you know, which all these presidents, prime ministers, they're all puppets to the elites. This is pretty much how they're orchestrating World War III. But it's not going to be in their hands. Meaning they're actually not in full control. They're actually out of control. Okay, the Most High, Yahweh Shai, is in control. We're watching this movie. We're watching the script play out, how he designed it to play out. This is for Financial Times. France leads initiative on sending military trainers to Ukraine. So just for example, if there were to be an attack in Ukraine and some of the French troops, even though they're in like a instructor position, they're actually, French military. If they were to get hit and killed, that would officially, France could declare war on Russia, and then you have the NATO pact. I forget exactly what it's called. Article 23. Don't quote me on it. I forget what article they have. They could invoke Article 7 or something like that. Salakia. Where if you attack one, you attack all. So things are heating up. You also have in the news Donald J. Trump, the 45th former 45th president of the United States. He was just found guilty. All right, so you have a major division here in America. This is unprecedented, and we're in unprecedented times. I mean, things are so close. It's crazy, but it's almost like the calm before the storm. That's really what it is. Okay, let me bring this out, because even with the whole thing with NATO, the French, which that was like the French saying, hey, we're going to take the initiative of going into Ukraine. I want you other NATO nations, you should come on as well. We'll be the first to go. But then you have a division within NATO. All right, certain NATO nations don't want to join the war and send troops. They'll send military aid, missiles and humanitarian aid, but they don't want to send any actual ground forces. So that's been, stoking the divide within NATO. All right, which these are all Edomite nations. And then you have certain of NATO nations that recognize, also on another war front, that recognize Palestine as a state. So it's a lot of madness going on. But this is pretty much just a sign that Esau's going down. I'll hit you with like maybe 2 scriptures. We'll just see. This is really quick. Just some things that are going on just to keep the elect on guard. You know, a lot of this stuff you probably already know. All right, certain new people are coming to the video, certain individuals, certain brothers, few sisters that tune in. You know, this is good. This is all good information to hear, because this all signifies our salvation. Okay, that's why this is relevant. Mark 3:24. And if a kingdom be divided, this is the Lord speaking to the wicked scribes and Pharisees, when they accuse them of being Satan, basically. You know, being able to cast out demons. They said you were able to cast it out because you were the prince of demons. And then the Lord's cutting them. He said, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So as a whole, the Edomite hegemony, as they call it, the collective West, which are the Edomite nations, which pretty much is the Roman Empire coming back, which is America, NATO, and the EU. That is the power structure that governs the whole world. Okay, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, Job 9:24. The Edomites, the so-called white man, the Caucasian. I mean, it's evident that they run the earth. I mean, that's not even really a question. That's not even really. We all know that, right? We should know that. It's evident right before us. All right, starting with the Renaissance, the rebirth of what? The rebirth of the Roman Empire. Okay, the Roman, Greco-Roman way. Okay, and they were divided back then. That's part of why they fell. And it's the same thing. The Most High is playing it back. They're divided now. Okay, they're divided on if they want to go to war with Russia. They're divided on the whole thing with Israel and Palestine. You have Esau. Oh, you have they're divided on if they want to continue to be part of this alliance with America. Okay, you have the Edomite here in America that they're divided. One is liberal, one is conservative. One wants to make America great again. The other wants all-inclusive party for all. They don't mind migrants coming in. They don't mind this. They don't mind that. They're just they want the alphabet. The others they're indifferent. Okay. So this kingdom, it can't stand, and we're actually witnessing. We're all eyewitnesses to the fall. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. America is a house. The Edomite power structure is a house, and that house is falling, is waning, and we are the only ones that have the 100% truth and have the 100% knowledge of why all these things are happening. Not only that, why are they happening now? What happened in the past and what is to come? All right, because these are all dominoes, just like this whole thing with Russia and Ukraine, that war, that's all orchestrated. And then you hear of more rumors, as the scripture say in Matthew 24, I believe it's in Luke as well. Wars and rumors of war. We keep hearing of more rumors of war. Okay, we heard some months back about the rumor of France sending troops into Ukraine, and it was public outcry. It was like, what is this dude talking? What is this dude doing? This is going to lead. This is going to lead to World War III. Why are they doing this? Why, what's going on? The people are like, man, what the hell is going on? And you already know the French, there's going to be the French, they've always been in the spirit of rioting. Those Edomites got a different spirit on them. Remember the yellow vests, they were rioting before, uprisings before pretty much the C-19. The C-19 stopped it in many cases. The same thing with Hong Kong. You have the Hong Kong. You had all these major governments. You have citizens taken to the streets. A lot of times violence is involved. The same thing over there in Atlanta, Israel, before January, or what were they? September or October 30th. I don't fucking know what date it is. The so-called Hamas attack. right? They have major protests against Netanyahu. Okay, so this is all is prophetic, man. Again, that rumor of the French sending troops, that rumor is actually confirmed as of 24 hours ago. They are actually, you can look it up. They are actually sending troops to Ukraine. Okay? And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but has an end, right? So this is the end. We're actually witnessing the end of Edom, all right, as prophesied by Yahushua and the many different prophets. I want to look up this NATO members that recognize Palestine. Because you have within the Edomite power structure, you have different countries within NATO, the European Union, which the European Union, I mean, wouldn't they be such a great nation if all the Edomites were together? Even those Russians, if all the Edomites came together, they nobody can mess with them. But see, now as the scripture saying in Joel the 3rd chapter, let the weak say that I am strong. They are now using the same tactics that Esau, Edom used on them to destroy their economies. And now they are building up they've been building up their economies. Okay. And not only that, they've been building up their military, and they have a lot of that nuclear technology that was leaked. Okay. And now they have the great equalizer, and that is going to be used against America. Okay. So I typed that in. It says, which countries recognize Palestine? Spain, Ireland, and Norway recognize a Palestinian state. And those Spain, Ireland, Norway, those are all part of the EU, as well as they're part of NATO. So there's a big division amongst Esau. Okay, and it's also being played out here in America. Okay, between the Democrats and the Republicans. Now you have the 45th president, Donald J. Trump. Okay, he was convicted as of either yesterday or today. He was convicted of a felony, and he could serve time, which he's probably not going to serve time. He's probably going to get in there, but we don't know what's going to happen. Either way, more chaos will ensue. Okay. Let me let me just end it off here. Isaiah. Okay, this is Isaiah 19:19, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and the modern Egyptians are the Edomites now. All right, because they're in the position of the ancient Egyptians, and we have history with the Egyptians of being under their captivity, and them making us serve hard, rigorous bondage, just as what's going on now. It's the same thing. It's no new thing under the sun. Okay, it's just a different nation now is in power. So the Egyptians just represent the ruling class. Okay, and we see the ruling class, they're getting ready to fall. And not only, the ruling elite within NATO and the EU, but the actual elite, which are Edomites, starting with Amalek, that actually control everything. See, because this is all a controlled demolition for them, because they want to put everybody in captivity under a digital means, through the mark of the beast. That's what they want to put everybody under control. So Donald J. Trump, he got to take the chip. Macron, he got to take the chip. Biden, his old ass, he got to take the chip. Okay, all these world leaders, they got to take the chip. The scriptures say that he called of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive this. So everybody is going to have to take it, especially if you worship the beast, you within his what's it called? His political sector. Okay, everybody's going to have to take it. Excuse me. So it doesn't matter. But see, this all represents the elite's fall too, because even though they believe that they're controlling things, they're not in control. Things are always going to get out of control. All right, because it was never in man's hands. Okay, this all represents the fall of Esau. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So they can't come together on one accord to run this country, right? They're actually fighting. They're fighting with each other legally. They're fighting with each other through the law. Okay, and they're all corrupt. I was watching the speech with Donald J. Trump, and he was talking about it was corrupt. It was, it was a false, pretty much false charges. This and that and this. The judge is corrupt. Everything's corrupt. Like, well, every Edomite is corrupt. Okay, every Edomite is corrupt, and every Edomite is guilty. And the one that's going, bring the hammer down, and pretty much make sure that the Most High, to make sure that justice is actually served, is the Lord. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, it was just a quick little video, just to keep the elect, in tune with things that are going on. We're very close. Until next time, shalom to the elect.